To make a movie, you have a budget or not, that's not important at all. You can make a movie with a shoestring budget. I have made movies without any money at all. We can do that. That's very simple. But the most important thing is you need to have a budget to publicize your movie. If you can publicize your movie is not going to go nowhere. In the internet age, it's very easy, actually. All you need is a Facebook page and a Twitter account, and you can do that. And it's very classic examples I could say by myself. If you see my Facebook live, I was born actually in a Facebook just four years ago. I was 4 years back. I was happened to meet my favorite all-time director, a filmmaker, Steven Spielberg, in on occasion. So I had a chance to ask him a question. So I just asked him, "Sir, what will you advise to the filmmakers?" Very important one. He said, "Do you have a Facebook and a Twitter or any social media account?" I said, "I did not have any of them, and I hate Facebook and all that stuff," I said. He said, "If you don't promote your product, no one is going to promote. So you better go and get it and do it." That's what all I started. And there are good publicity and a bad publicity and no publicity at all. Even if you have a bad publicity, it's okay. People still going to talk about your product, and some might buy it, some may not. For example, Anjaan, this Tamil film was a multi-crore or is a multi-million-dollar project done by the veteran film director and filmmaker Lingaswamy. The film also starred by the super actor in Kollywood, or they call them in Kodambakam in Tamil film industry, Surya. And it's a well-made film and all that. I could not see that film fully first 10 minutes at all. That's because there are so much hue and cry in a social media about that film, how bad it is. Like even the people like one of my favorite writer, Pa Krishnan, who writes beautiful historical events, and he did also write negative comment on his Facebook. So with all this in my mind, I went to watch this film, and I walked out in 10 minutes. So this is a bad publicity. However, even though this is a bad publicity, still people are talking about this movie. And now let's talk about no publicity at all. I was happened to watch a film called All. It is also a Tamil film. It is in English translated as A Single Person. This movie was recommended, actually reviewed by my friend Hariharan Venkatraman on Facebook. And he was talking about comparing his movie with this. There was a Hindi film which came in 2008 called Amir. It is about one single person on a one-day event. He has been asked to go and bomb the people. It's a story of a jihad. Probably that's my favorite story. So I took interest on it, and I also thought this must be a phone booth, which is also came in Hollywood. So I thought maybe that's the film. So I started to watch the film with a skeptical in my mind. You're not going to believe me. From the start to the end, I could not walk out of the seat. And the film was well made and well acted and very well done film. And it's a very low budget film, and they did a very good job. Particularly this cinematography was a classic, and a background score and songs are far better than any of this so-called famous composition done by the famous people right now in Kollywood. But this fellow is a newcomer, I believe, called Johan, and he did a good job too. And the director Ananda Krishna, he did his justification to the film, all that stuff. But still, this fellow Ananda Krishna made me to sit down on that seat to watch the film entirely. And very well made and very low budget film, but still you don't feel it is a low budget film at all. It looks really nice, and it's a thriller and action packed and all that stuff. But my friend Jiva from Coimbatore wrote to me on my wall when I told the people that you should watch this film, and he said he did not run. So that actually shots us back to our original topic of this talk today. So if you don't have a good publicity or a bad publicity, nobody going to talk about your film. So dear filmmakers, it's not that you just make a film is important and you have a budget or not. And make sure you have a budget to promote your film.